And we are live.
Hey there, Tribe. Welcome back to another episode of Tribal Edge Live. We are here with Brother Brian, Danathan, and Scotty Claus.
Dan, right? Wow.
Dan's on time. Dan was here before.
We were a little concerned. I'm not sure what's going on, but Dan actually arrived on regular time and not Dan time. So, yeah. Are you okay? Are you feeling okay?
I'm okay.
Okay.
I had to work from the office today, which
Oh, that sounds awful.
is not cool.
Office full?
Right.
Right?
You get your ID.
So
Oh no, do I need my
I still have my
microphone?
ID on me.
I hope not.
Just so you know who you are.
But today we're going to be, hopefully, we're going to be able to show you some of the things that you guys voted on. I have a pair of blades here that I will unmask later that I've been working on for a bit now, and I hope to show you those. We're going to be working on some heat treating a little bit later, if everything goes right. And what are you working on today, Brother Brian?
Well, I'm gonna,
Ooh.
with all intentions,
Timing is everything, right?
get a handle done on this puppy right here. I think we could get accomplished in tonight's session,
Awesome.
and get that finished up. And then we've got a couple other things that are in the makings on the
Yep.
road here, and whatever.
Exciting things for Hunt for the Cure.
Right, and in case you're watching, my lovely wife Cindy, yes, your paring knife is next on the list. There you go. I'm on hot water, right, baby?
Yeah. All right, Scott, Claus, speaking of priorities, what are your priorities today?
Just to finish this guy up
All right.
and start off.
Nice. You got a few of those that you're doing.
Still
Just a
bevel
couple.
grinds
Just a couple.
forever. Bevel grinds forever.
Yeah.
Dan, what are you going to be working on today, sir?
Let's see. I got handles to put on this one.
Ooh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Right? That's one of my.
I think he's gonna fix his watch too.
And I'm gonna put
fix it so that he shows up on
a
time.
bevel on
Fix
this
it,
one.
must be on.
Well, if he's showing up on time.
You know
That
what?
just means he reset it back.
You
You know what?
No, unfix his watch.
The live starts when I
He
get
thinks
here.
it's 7 p.m. See? So the watch must say 7
Danathan
p.m.
always arrives on time.
That's right.
No, Danathan arrives on wizard time.
That's right.
And that's because I can't say the other one I want to say.
It's wizard time.
Why is that? Because this is a
leave
PG show?
Yeah, this is a family show. It's still family hours. Cat time?
Cat time, wizard time.
You know, like that time.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Woo! Oh yeah, everybody say happy birthday to Charles in charge of our days and our nights.
Revolution around the sun complete, and I'm still here in spite of Murphy.
Hard to believe.
I love the rappers.
You like that?
Yeah.
Scott Miller says hi and happy birthday.
Dude, thank you.
Right?
What is it?
Thank you. It's
I wanna
like
know.
I charge my work-seeking blades.
That's right.
Oh, your own flashlight.
Yes.
Not just any flashlight. It's a special flashlight that will recharge orc blades.
That's right.
Or
So,
protection.
this is my favorite flashlight ever. It's an Olight, and it has a regular flashlight. It has a supercharged flashlight. It has a laser pointer and a UV light.
The UV light we use a lot at the shows because some of the stuff that we have actually has glow to it, and UV light will charge it up. It'll also show off some of the beautiful colors in some of our resins and acrylics.
Actually, this pin is glow in the dark,
You turn that light up.
and I can make it glow.
Yep. No. Well, as I say.
That's pretty distinctive, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And then
So-
when you take it off, yeah.
yeah. And then when you take it off, it glows a little bit, but not as much.
That's cool.
So there you go.
Thank you so
I
much.
don't know if it's charged, so I didn't open it, but
I'm just gonna look in it and turn it on and see if it's charged or not, because that's just how I roll.
right, you got to. So if you hit it, turn it on and off. There should be a meter on underneath here.
I didn't get him anything. I made him meat and fried rice and brownie cheesecake for his birthday.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because
And those Asian beef tips and fried rice were freaking amazing.
yeah, there's a laser pointer.
I'm having so much fun with the puppies on that.
Ah,
Oh, there we go. I
was this truck for?
So you read the directions.
Yeah. What are those?
That's right. hit 3 times, turns it on like super high.
Okay.
Turbo mode, they call it. If you just turn the flashlight
All
on.
right. So, all right, what are we doing?
Well, we're on a small wheel right now. Getting right here in the finger well. I'm just working that wood handle down onto my steel. I'm just getting that all shaped, and then we'll start working on additional shaping. And really, where she fits beautiful in your hand. Right on.
Are you?
We're gonna find that shortly.
Oh.
See how guys forever.
What I get for that?
I think that excited him, didn't it?
Yeah.
It didn't excite me.
Okay, so I have these in
Gross.
the big furnace. Because those are the ones you're talking about.
It's a heat treat we talked about the other night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think that was a good idea?
I thought it was a really good idea, actually.
I think people get off on that.
That we've done videos and stuff of it before, so I definitely think that that'll be
These are all 80
it'll be a draw. And I told him I was like, gotta make sure we get something like super heated, and then do like a fireball or something like that at the end. As long as it's controlled, though. So
Right.
yeah, we're gonna set one of these Smiths on fire later, just so you guys know. Which one? It's gonna be Dan.
What?
Dan's the most flammable.
The most flamboyant?
I don't know.
Both.
Chuck is one of the most accident-prone people I have.
I resemble that remark.
Me too. Every time I learn something new about you, I am more and more surprised that we are not actually blood related. I don't.
It's the reckless abandon.
Well, here's the thing. We both bleed, so that makes us blood related, right? We both bleed a lot.
So, what are you doing, Dan?
Hang on.
Thank you.
I'm loading up the knives in the kiln right now so that we can heat treat them. I don't like it when they touch. I don't know why.
Well, you know, when you cook stuff, it's better to have space between things because it makes the heat flow better.
See, that's what I'm
So-
saying. It makes the heat go better.
Yeah.
That's the
Science.
Well, that, 1525.
And why 1525?
Well, that's kind of curious, actually.
What's
So, 1525. So, scientifically, what we're doing is we're exciting the molecules in the steel so that they can mix and become homogeneous, right? Because we want the carbon evenly distributed throughout the steel. So that excites all the molecules, and then we cool it quickly in the oil, and that kind of shuts the door on those molecules. But 1525, it's New Jersey Steel Baron says 480, but I did a bit of research, and I have seen that the consensus seems to be 1525 for a decent hardness after that. So,
You might need to speak up a little bit.
so we're looking for hardness and toughness at the same time, and that's the balance we're trying to achieve with all of the temperature things.
Drew just said the same thing. He just goes, talk louder.
Talk
So,
louder.
I can vouch
Did
for
you
the.
wanna-
I will project my voice.
Did you want to put your badge away?
My badge away?
Your badge.
Oh, my badge.
Your work badge.
My work badge?
Yes.
Okay.
That's definitely not what
That's
I
not
said.
what I heard the first time either. So.
God, I hate both of you.
I can also say that I've actually had some pretty positive experience with doing the 80 CRV2, definitely at the 1525. There were times with the 14A where it just wasn't getting the hardness I wanted. So after Dan mentioned what he'd found online, doing some research, we tried it and been doing it ever since. So
Nice
works
Steel Nerds.
great.
I got it from Nice Steel Nerds.
Yeah.
So,
We might need my
Try to
knife
work
for a
around
phone.
you need a knife for phone.
I know, but I don't know if I can hook it up now that I'm already running the live.
Not worth the risk. That's what it is. The question.
It's not worth it. So, hey, if you guys don't mind sharing the live out, that would be wonderful. Please. Even if you don't watch the whole thing, just share it out. It's exposure. Ooh, she's pretty.
Right?
I'm down in the shop. Everybody say hi to Satya.
Hi, Satya. Hey. Yeah, so this is actually the one that the crowd voted on, the design for the long blade.
Yeah.
And it's got twins. So hopefully we're going to be wrapping this one up tonight and be able to unmask and show everyone what they voted on.
You too. You're going to need to speak up. Everybody's going to have to talk really loud.
Especially since I'm about ready to turn on the fan.
Yeah. So
Fan's not on. That's what
get ready to be loud.
So I put that on a small wheel right now, trying to get here, okay?
My microphone is not the same as a GoPro
Don't worry about
microphone.
getting that perfect right now.
Okay.
What you do want to do is, if this is the wheel, on the small wheel, do this. And that's going to help start cutting in your finger wells. And then what you can do from here is then do about 45 degrees, 45 degrees. And that will actually help when we go to taper it, or go to contour the handle. It'll help with that as well. Okay?
So, just on the small, I was just on the small wheel there. Am I okay?
Yeah, you're fine there. Don't worry about doing anything else with that. What we really want to do is we want to start radiusing this area right here.
Okay.
Okay?
On
On the small wheel.
the small wheel?
Yeah. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here. We're going to move this so we don't make that nasty stewing noise here. And what you're going to do is
Okay,
you're
this
going
side.
to, from right here,
Yep.
rotate like this. And that will actually start to round out this
Okay.
finger area.
Yep.
And then what you can, once you get like that, is you can actually run it up
All right.
and down like
Then
this.
just work it. Okay.
And that will start taking that sharp corner off.
Okay.
And then we can actually go to the big wheel and contour it so you can get onto the random wheel.
Okay.
Good.
This one. Where's the other one?
This one is the one I was working on. It was just actually, so this is,
I was just gonna put them next to each other. Somebody said that. Jeremy says it's cool.
yep. So this is before I actually flattened that area. So these are just the rough cut off the excess pin. And the reason that I like to cut it off instead of grinding off is because these act like a heat sink. And that will actually, if you just grind it off, if you got a lot sticking out, it can actually start to break down the epoxy inside the handle. So,
Yeah.
better than try to avoid that.
Oh, okay. You just took it away.
Like so, Chuck?
Yes, more than. Right. Yep, absolutely. That's correct.
I have some things for you and your mom and maybe Ellen. The things I was supposed to return that I haven't forgotten to return. So,
Oh my god, I love that.
So before, and then just after. Just kind of smooths it out really nice. So this is kind of the chunky side now.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's some of the crispy ones too.
you guys,
I'm wearing 3 right now.
yeah,
so,
you guys
know.
and Jen have a lot of the same style. It's also kind of
Boop-a-doop-boo. That looks pointy. Absolutely. We definitely want to be, we've seen that you've posted some of our stuff before. Silverback Creations, we shared a post of theirs earlier on our Facebook.
Yeah.
And he was saying thank you for that, Tom.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We got the dragons from it.
Very tall.
So, yes. Anyways, he was saying thanks for sharing the post, but I've seen that he's shared like our posts and stuff, so.
I'd love to try and get the link of our covers and things like that, because we're a small community and we have to support each other.
You gotta speak up.
Yeah,
'Cause
I have to practice that. But no, so yeah, I love sharing out the people that we work with, the people that we meet, all of their efforts, because we gotta support each other.
Yeah, it's a small community. It's really important that, word of mouth is a big part of it. So, Woo. I gotta get my little ringing job on here so I can hold my phone. Oh, he said happy birthday, by the way, also. So,
Thank you.
Jordan says try to go easy on the belts and not shred them all.
I don't shred belts. That's other people.
No.
What's he talking about?
Not like the Forged in Fire competition where you.
Oh, when there was, yeah. There was time pressure.
So really, I focus on that. It's gonna be that. Really get that down.
I'll try.
Because then the small sander can go a long way. And I do a little bit just to get a feel for it.
You shred 3 belts and you never live it down. He was wearing them like jewelry though, so,
Yeah. This. Definitely. Oh, you did this in this before.
I'm over here. I don't want to get too close because I'm going to get stabbed.
I know you hate spalted.
I hate spalted. It's my least favorite. I definitely don't have jewelry that matches my knives for that exact reason.
No, not at all.
No, he's right. I mean, like right in here, the rest of it you want to shave as far as Yep.
I love that we also were able to book match them, so the lines will cross over, and like this piece right here, that dark gray spot crosses right over, and then it doesn't make it all the way through. That's just how the wood naturally ended up. But the lines will cross. It's amazing.
Yeah, you can sort of see the blade shape under the tape here. That's going to be a fun one.
really rough shape. And after you get it really rough shape,
Where you? Oh, back over here.
okay. Because then what you'll be able to do on that pen is look down the edge of it, do it like this, get it really rough shape. Now, everything I just told you is a lie.
Okay.
And the
I'm
reason
glad I wasn't recording it.
Okay, so now, pick up the weirdest things.
Everything I told you was just a lie. Yes. That was recorded.
Brian said that the finger well is where he wants it, right?
As far as the depth.
As
Yes.
far as the depth is.
Okay.
Hey,
And
you
I
know,
said, if I were him, I would
I,
start shaping it roughly on this wheel, and then once you get a really rough shape, take it to a 10-inch or a 12-inch for that matter, and get the rest of the rough shape shaped out.
speak up.
And I was just going to say, so the process for this, right, is when you've squared everything off. Chuck's going to correct me if I'm wrong.
Sometimes you step in. Like,
After
Oh no, I
you've-
want to give him
after you've squared everything off, and if you've been to a workshop, you know you get the blade in this state at some point, is that you have to rough profile the handle, right? You got to take all the edges off. You got to make it as thin as you want. You have to actually fit it so that it's comfortable and not just a square block. And the general rule of thumb is the larger diameter your contact wheel is, so this is 2 inches, right?
Yep.
So this is 2 inches. There's a 10 inch. You can come in here. Here's a nice 6 inch. So the largest diameter that you can get away with working on is going to be the one that you want to work on. If you come down here with me. And here I can use this, or even the 10 inch wheel. Because what happens is the smaller the wheel you use, for example, if I use this one, if I did the entire profile with that wheel, you'd see a bunch of chatter in here. Because one, where the belts come together, there it is, come over here, where the belts come together, it goes dun 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 when you run the machines, and you'll probably hear that. The pat, 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 pat. That's that, essentially, that tape coming across. It's a seam. It's the seam coming across. So, if you have a larger wheel, you will end up with less chatter, especially if you have a nylon rubber wheel that bat, 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 won't make as much of a
And
difference.
to add on to that also, the larger the radius, the less that you can fit on the handle, the less chance for cupping if you actually get stuck in one
Lean
spot or
into
aren't
it or
paying
yeah.
attention,
Yeah.
and so that can scallop it out a little bit. So the bigger the radius, the less opportunity I've found for that to happen accidentally. And so different people have different methods of doing handles. So one of the things I like to encourage is that people try different things, and we help guide them.
Now back to my lie. The reason I just told Brian that all of that was a lie is because what I do, because I'm too lazy to swap belts or to swap equipment, I will tend to use the slack of the belt to rough shape my handle, right? Like this way and that way, as opposed to this way and this way. I think that doing it on the larger wheel is the proper way to do it, and you actually end up with less work and it's a better product in the end. But I don't have a large wheel yet, so this is the way I do it for now. But there you go, Brian.
Okay, so
Take it away, son.
all right.
So actually what I would do at this point is, because that curve, you probably need a 2-inch wheel for that to actually get in there.
Okay. So really, my objective right now is how I
Yeah.
started in my mind, right?
Yeah.
I gotta right.
Okay, so
I want to right.
you know what? I think I got you, because I had trouble with this too, and then I remembered. How does Chuck start? Chuck starts generally at the leading edge of the handle.
Okay.
So that's what I do too, because I tend to just shape that leading edge of that handle like that, and then what I can do is I can taper that shape back.
In my mind right now, I want to contour the edges. I want my edges to go away, and I want to start contouring
Okay.
my handle.
Okay.
Did that?
In
am I-
that-
I'm
Yeah.
gonna squeeze by you so
No,
I don't
that's
get
great.
stabbed.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you want a really easy way to start for learning is start taking off facets, whether it's on the slack or on a 10-inch or on the platen. Start just cutting angles. I usually try and do like a 45-ish. Obviously it's heavy on the edge because it's me, right? But start cutting there. If you're going to come towards the front, generally, I'll come like this.
Oh, I haven't done that.
That's
So
when you
that-
asked me the other day about the edges on the top of the knife. I was like,
yeah, that's right, where I can feel mine, but
yes,
can't feel yours.
his.
And so that's when you start tapering that the top end.
Okay.
But you can even do it like this too if you want, and that helps get rid of that sharp ringer there.
Okay.
So the thing is, it's harder on this side because you got the blades wrapping in the finger well, and it's really easy to get that heel in the way.
Right.
That's why I like using the big wheel, because that radius, the big radius, lets me see it better and control the knife better for me. Okay.
So, I'm starting to feel like you should do it on a 10-inch. You should do it on a 10-inch, right? Because that's the right way to do it. You can fuck around after.
And we can go there. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Absolutely. So one of the cool things about this is that I live here, so I can do this all the time.
Right.
And so this
So
is
how-
really about
How I'm going to approach it is I want to get rid of my ridges, I want to get my contour to where I want to get it ready.
I'll put it in like upper. Okay, go ahead, Brian.
No, okay. And then I can get on the calendar. Horrible calendar.
Yep. And the biggest thing is start cutting faster. Because you're going to rough it out, and what the grain and motor does, and if it rounds those facets into running motor.
And as I learned once before,
There you go. Yep. This is so much easier to swap out, dude. Ready? Okay. Pump it up. Hands clear. There's Blind Gold. Okay, Blind Knife Makers, and there's a brand.
okay.
So for this, what you're going to look at is the distance between here and the edge of the wheel. So I like to
Ooh, that would hurt a lot more if I had the proper parts.
see that looks like you're doing that. Then
Scott.
Yep, and now when you come over to this side, see on the edge, off this part of blade off the edge of the wheel.
I'll do out of the barn. Why not?
Right? So take a little bit off, have Dan and myself take a look, just so you don't go too far. I would also, I usually put like 5 or 6 layers of tape.
Who am I forgetting? Cinder Rose, Larceny, Custom Engraver. Sorry,
Muskoka Turner.
I got Muskoka Turner. I'm just tagging everybody. I'm sorry.
She's a beauty.
What is that down there? Is that empty? Or is that something that we're putting inside?
Oh no,
that?
that's and while you're using that tench wheel, I can use the Shrek wheel anyway.
Okay, come here.
Come in, hold on.
Well,
hang on, man. You ready for this? You can close your eyes. You can close your eyes and just listen, just for a second. Oh, that sounds so good. So good.
Some ASMR for you.
Right? Are we ready to do some bumping and some grinding? I think we're ready to do some bumping and some grinding.
That is Danathan.
What?
Somebody was saying you're bossy.
I am the boss around here. Ask anybody.
Yeah, that's why it's Blades by Dan. Because Dan's in charge.
Yeah. Well, if we were going by that metric, it would be Blades by Tasha.
Well, that is true, but we're not going to put that on camera. We're going to walk away. What's up? What are you doing?
These are the bristle cones that Dan stabilized for me for 2 twin karambit. So I'm cleaning them up and I'm going to bisect them. We got 2 slabs and then we can start actually getting them under the blades.
Hi, Ed.
Hey there, Ed.
And Patricia, I'm sure, and if she's not, I don't know if she's on, but last time she was watching with him, so I'm not sure. But either way, say hi if she isn't there.
Absolutely. Hey there, Patricia. You guys gonna come see us at the Ellendale Tax Show?
I sent Ed the flyer for it. That is March 1st, by the way. Come see us.
9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yep. I think it's Allendale Middle School.
Allendale Middle School.
We'll post it.
I will, for sure, every day up until. Woo! I'm glad I moved. No, not at your daughter, please.
No.
Please,
That would
please.
be really awesome.
And now I'm leaving you. Okay. Contouring the handle.
We're at the point where slow, steady, easing, and don't make a mistake if you've gone too far.
Now you're done taunted work there.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, now you did it.
Glad to see you guys. Thank you for stopping in.
That what you're doing?
I think I'm gonna do walnut. I don't know, every knife I make, I'm just like, I should keep this one.
I like doing it.
Yeah, I'll dry it off and you can feel it in your hand. Yeah, wait till you hold it.
You're holding that like a fish. Like men hold fish in their profile pictures. Now smile more.
No. If he was doing that, it'd be more like this.
Why are you so weird?
Who's weird?
It's Dan. Come on.
Who's weird?
That doesn't, I mean, it doesn't explain it. I mean, I get it, but it doesn't explain why he's like that.
You have to ask his mother.
Clearly, that's a 10-pound knife. Dennis has high.
Oh, hey, Dennis!
This me. Look at me.
Hey, Dennis!
There we go. Did you hear that comment? Clearly, that's a 10-pound knife. Looks like a 13-inch knife right there.
So the picture didn't get attached to what I sent you with that little quote from me. Chuck. Oh. We'll have to post the picture. Because Chuck was he was grinding this one, and I was in the middle of grinding that one.
Oh, yeah.
And my quote essentially says, size doesn't matter.
Once again, you pick up the weirdest parts of the conversation.
Oh boy, I think this time I'm going to get going too far. That's a little dark.
Yeah.
That's a little darker than I had planned. I put it in the etch when I got here, and then I forgot about it.
Wallace!
Hello. I'm Joe Biggie. Hey there, son. How you doing?
I was sneaking right by you there. Nice. Size is irrelevant. A Geo Metro running into a barn at 70 miles per hour, the barn knows it was there. Just saying.
Geo Metro. Like, at least a nice sedan, right? Like if you're talking about a Camry, maybe. I won't go as far as a Lexus, but we'll go Camry. We'll go like a Ford Fusion. No, not a Mack truck or
A nice
anything.
family-sized car.
Obviously, the barn's going to be destroyed with a Mack truck, so you don't want that for sure.
nice Camry with heated seats. Oh, girl, I borrowed these.
A legal and consenting adult woman meets.
Whatever.
I'm leaving. I don't like you anymore. What are you gonna be working on today?
We're gonna finish up this handle today, hopefully. We'll see, Blake. So we're gonna take the access pins off. We're gonna snip these off on the quarter band, and then we're gonna be shaping the handle up.
Yeah.
Now,
I'll give you this one as soon as you're ready.
It says a Buick LeSabre, because then you can use the hubcaps as shields.
It's true. I love me a good view.
ah, yes. Ooh,
Jeremy says he likes the purple.
I like that. It's more bluish, right? Oh, purple is bluish.
It's purple, right?
Purple?
That's purple.
Is it?
Yeah.
Purple. Purple.
I mean, if you look at it next to...
Oh, yeah, that's definitely more blue. All right, it's purple, Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy.
We're at 1,000 degrees there, Dan.
I'm gonna get stabbed.
Don't put sharp things in my hand.
I didn't. He did, and then I stood in front of you.
We need one of these things. See this?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to word. I'm for it. Then you put it right back. Yeah.
Oh, Buzz. Buzz Boyk is on.
Hey, Buzz!
You know
That
Buzz?
guy.
You know Buzz?
Oh yeah, we know Buzz.
Yeah, I know you know
Buzz
Buzz.
was over for one of our first bourbon nights, and we have all sorts of stories about that. Mr. Philippines.
Did you share out the live? Would you share out the live? And for all of you guys, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna keep saying this if you can. Please share out the live. It helps. Yeah, Buzz.
D-Buzz?
Buzz Boyk.
Huh?
Buzz, yes.
D-Buzz?
Yeah, D-Buzz.
From Cornwall?
Yeah.
D-Buzz. Hey, Dan.
You know, the one that when I asked Candy if he actually worked, she just laughed. That Buzz. Is Steve on?
I tagged him, but I do not know, and I will let you know if I see him.
Because I want him to have an opportunity to kind of pick. you
Yeah.
know?
I don't see. I did tag him. He hasn't signed in since I've tagged him.
Gotcha.
Steve, if you stop in at any point, please share. He wants you to, or not share. Please let us know because we got some stuff for you to choose from.
Just had to clean him up so I could see the green better. And I want him to be able to kind of pick which blocks he wanted me to use. Otherwise, I'll make
So
the
you want
executive
to
decision.
tell them a little of the story of what this is, just a little bit, why this is.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Steve wrote a book a while back called Bristlecone, and I absolutely love the book. It's about two retired operatives that get pulled back into the game. They're a married couple, and man, do they kick ass. And bristlecone is the bristlecone pine is the oldest living tree on the planet that they found. There's the one that's over 5,000 years old named Methuselah, and so the name resonates. But also, Steve designed these karambits, and one of his characters actually wields them in a pair. And so I wanted to do kind of an homage to the book and to Steve's design. And so I chose Damascus, which I know Steve absolutely hates.
Yeah, it's the word.
And I actually found, which is not easy to source, some bristlecone pine. And the guy that I talked with at the supplier was awesome. Helped me pick out a couple of good slabs. And then Danathan actually stabilized them for me. So these are clear stabilized, and I'm going to use them on the karambits. So we're gonna have, and these are actually identical twins. So I was able to rough profile them together. So yeah, so it should be fun. And
Shameless
also
plug
gonna-
for Steve Perry
Yep.
because we do like him.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm actually going to do a couple of carbon fiber trainers to send along as well.
Yeah, I'll let you know if Steve drops in. I tagged him, so. Wally Bear, I'm moving your phone back here.
Dan, this bristlecone smells way better than your trashy desert ironwood.
That's not nearly as clean. Your armpit doesn't ironwood. Armpit doesn't ironwood?
Don't worry too much about shiny.
Attack!
The handle like verges straight into the steel. So I wanted to give him some flatness back there that he could work with on the palm sander, because otherwise the steel is going to pop out.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't, as long as he keeps it, I think as long as he passes it along the
That
flat,
way, it'll be all right.
it'll retune to be fine about that. Honestly, what I would do next is I would go back to the small wheel, reintroduce the finger well areas, and just kind of smooth out some of those lines that are going to down a little bit, and then turn them over to the right one.
Cool.
Do you want to take this for a minute and then I'll go grab you one?
Well, I can do it. Yeah, I can do
Got
that.
that?
I was just,
Do me a favor, just keep an eye down here and see if Steve Perry pops in. Does anybody need anything while I'm upstairs? Brian, Dan, are you guys really guys?
You're good, Jeremy, and thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah. Thanks for cleaning my blades up, Chuck.
Yeah, okay. Give me a second. You know I'm pretty.
Yeah, you're very pretty. Hello. Boom. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Good. How about you?
I'm all right. Taking a gander. Get it together, Dan. It needs to be more sexy. They're saying it's not sexy enough.
It's not sexy.
You're not doing it sexy enough, man. It's for all the marbles. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Alright, hang on, slow down. Slow down.
There you go. Take your time with it, man.
She likes it slow.
She likes it slow. If you go too fast, it won't last long enough.
There you go. Now, we need a little music.
Need a little.
Get a nice little rhythm going. Well, gotta work this side.
Are we still talking about blade making over there?
We are.
Yes.
Alright.
Because every...
Talking about what he hasn't had in a while.
Hey,
Hey, was that was more sexy?
shots fired. That was super sexy, bro.
With this group.
The camera's melting. Try not to move too fast because I don't want anybody to get motion sickness. Bow, 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 bow.
As long as this one's clear, I'll go ahead and get this one.
That is one of my favorite handle materials, though.
Yeah, I absolutely love Spalted. I'm doing a Spalted box elder burl kind of commission. It's going to be a box elder burl hybrid.
Ooh.
And it's going to be garnet red on the acrylic side. And then we're going to be doing that on a W2 blade where we do a playback heat treat.
Yeah.
It's got the wavy line and the hamon.
Ooh. That's going to be sick.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to get Brian's nice one again. I have to wait to heat treat that one until I get the humidus here because I'm going to model the hamon on the wavy line that is in the hybrid.
Yeah.
So the burl.
Yeah.
And then the way it's going to be placed, the wavy line is going to continue right on the blade. It's going to continue right into the wavy line on the handle.
Oh, wow.
So hopefully it looks almost continuous.
Yeah. Okay. That's
We'll see if I
good.
can pull that shit off.
I think you could do it, man.
But I wanted to do that one. Brian has been an amazing customer, and I just really want to kind of knock it out of the park.
Yeah. That was great.
But first, I'm going to have you spin these around when I'm done.
Yes,
I'm hoping you'll suffer for me.
I will suffer gladly.
Man, that G-Flex, that's some tough stuff to get off.
Yeah, man.
It's almost as hard as the metal. There we go.
There you go.
Now we're getting to it.
Well, he's like, I just made it to the metal. Now it's sparking.
Well, with this one, I actually pinned it on and then went around it to try and
Okay.
get as much new after glue process work as I could.
Yeah.
But it's actually taken. You can see where the metal is and where that damn G-Flex.
Oh
still
yeah,
is.
look at that.
Yeah. The other epoxy I've used come off a lot easier.
Yeah.
But you know, I suppose that's why we use it, right? 'Cause
That
it's
is why we.
amazing, amazing stuff.
Uh-huh. Reaching at me. There's an apron there, sir, for a reason.
Is that a Scottish apron?
Yes. Dan's not allowed to lift it up.
Let's not find out.
Let's not find out.
And there goes the family show.
I know.
What did you say you wanted to experiment with?
We're
Oh,
just discussing whether or not, he was wearing this apron Scottish style.
yes. Yes. You know, I always am, right? Every time.
I don't want to find out. I don't want to do that here.
Show me your blade, Scotta Claus.
Oh, now you don't want to find out.
Ooh. Oh, well, you got... I was like, you got a maker's mark on it already?
No.
It's just like a little eye thing. Thing. It gives a character, though. I hope you leave it. I hope you leave it there. And your favorite, ladies and gentlemen.
And so it begins.
It's damn o'clock, y'all. We're gonna go this way. Cause I'm not gonna get yelled at. Ooh, look at that line. How far up are you going?
I don't know about here.
Okay.
So it'll go away.
It'll go away. Uh-oh. Whatever.
I forgot to measure the angle. I'm glad you asked.
Happens to everyone. Good thing you check now, right?
All right. Are you ready for me to take it?
Back to the professionals, y'all. Let the professionals work.
Yeah, that was way off.
All right, Wallace, this one is for you. By the way, in case you guys were wondering, this is Larceny. This is our house bourbon. Cheers.
Larceny, please sponsor us.
Larceny, please sponsor us.
We love you so much. I actually named my son Larceny, so maybe a free bottle.
I mean, I'd be down with a couple free bottles.
Couple?
Like,
Can I get 17 of them?
Like-
one for every year?
yeah, like, we'll definitely keep them in here.
Yeah.
You know
I'll order
what?
it.
I think a bottle for every lie is a
There
very
we go.
reasonable
So
expectation.
that's
What
like,
do you mean? My kid's name's Larceny, bro. He's 17, so I need 17 of them. Matter of fact, give it 18. So we can
well, I like his better because there's 52 weeks in a year.
Oh my god.
And half of
52
52, because if we do every other week, half of 52 is, 26. Yeah, it is 26. You are
Good
correct.
things we math. See that? Stuff like that.
So that's more than 17.
Yeah, that's true.
So again, Larceny, please sponsor us.
Larceny!
Oh, we got enough of him already. What is that?
So this is a belt eraser. One of the things you'll notice is that even after cleaning it, there's still these streaks. For some reason, the epoxy and stabilized wood tends to load up the belt a lot quicker than just regular wood or metal. So these help you get a little more life out of the belt. Kind of helps clear out between the grits and stuff. I'll show you here just a sec. So we were talking earlier about kind of going at the 45 degrees to cut facets. And like this one hasn't been cut yet. And so now what I'll do is I'll kind of hit that. And now we've just kind of knocked off that corner edge. And we'll do that kind of as we go around. And then I'll take the random orbital and hand sanding and we'll smooth everything out. That's how we contour the handles here. And we tape the crap out of the blades so that when we hit the tape, we're not scuffing up the metal. Because, you know, Murphy is a relative. Alright, so you can kind of see this. There's a little bit of belt loading on the belt here. And then what we'll do is whatever can come off, will come off with this. And we get a little more mileage out of the belt.
So little trick of the trade.
Yep. Inexpensive and wonderful ways to get more distance out of those expensive belts. Although I have to say that I've gotten a lot more distance than I expected to out of the belts I've been getting from Greg at Phoenix Abrasives. So.
Shout out to Phoenix Abrasives over there.
Just bought some more today, and should hopefully will be here by the weekend.
How many uses do you think you'd get if you didn't do what you did?
I would say it depends really on the project. You know, I got fewer on these builds than I do on some neck knives because I've done both of these together. So yeah, after a big project, I'm like, okay, Greg, I need to talk again.
I need all the stuff.
Yep. Okay, so your next step. You're gonna be right here. And so your next step is going to be
Clean that up.
to just push up against here because right now kind of got a wobbly base, right?
Yep.
So if you do this, you'll actually flatten it out so you
Quite
can have
Plant it out.
Yep. And then there you'll have a solid base to go around and get down to the spine, kind of like you see here. And then we'll actually start contouring, okay?
Loves this. Or ankle.
Look at the glove. Gloves are going to be in the blue bin that you see in the ground here.
Of course. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Wallace, you just want to be close to me. That's all. I get it.
Yeah.
It's a bin of gloves.
There we go. Love.
Better than Dan who wants to be close to me.
Woo!
Don't stand so.
I can't
Don't
help
stand so close to me.
Can't help it if Kira's prettier. And she lets me make that joke.
Very nice. Very nice.
Just don't want
Scott is putting bevel grinds into his knife so that it will be extra sharp and pointy. Dan, are you also putting bevel grinds into your knife?
Yes, I am.
Except Dan needs tracer lines.
What's that?
Dan needs lines
They are called streaks.
called tracing
They're my-
lines.
They're my dark streaks.
It's your tracing line.
Yes.
Yeah. And Brian has moved from a belt sander to a hand sander.
Look at you, have bourbon, will travel.
Yep. Cheers.
This is gonna be my everyday carry.
Oh, okay.
So don't mess with me.
Can I look at the pin real quick?
You sure can.
I don't know if you guys can tell, there's a buff in that pin.
Mosaic.
Buff mosaic, yep.
Right. The only problem with what I just said is that I know your knife's bigger than my knife.
And I got a lot, maybe not a lot more, but I do have more. I've got a problem, and a dad who makes knives.
Right.
Like,
You got a lot more to come out of this shot.
yep, yep. I have a little bit of a problem, and it is that my dad needs to make me one more knife. Did you hear that? They were just talking about Brian over there. He's like, don't mess this up, this is my everyday carry. And then he was just joking with me about how many knives. He's like, except your knife is going to be bigger than mine. And then he's like, and I'm like, yeah, and I probably have more.
Yeah.
So,
I'm pretty sure you do.
and then I said, my only problem with my knives is that I need my dad to make me another one.
Okay.
I agree with you. You can never have too many knives. I have a couple kitchen knives that have come out of here. I have the kukri, your first kukri that we made, and it did not. It's not usable. I mean, it is, but I could, but with the etching on it or the engraving, and with how thin it is. So his first kukri, we was sort of like, we didn't do it together. He did it, but I just kind of whatever.
I wrapped it up.
Yeah. But yeah, knives are, you don't need to reload a knife, you know, so I agree. You can never have too many knives. And I actually have 2 sets of ear gauges that match the handle material in some of the handles of my knives. Thank you, John from Muskoka Turner, for that. And Dad for getting them for me for my birthday. So. Yes, I actually have made a couple of knives. A couple of knives that I carry. I don't have any of them on me currently. But yes, I have a couple of knives that I've made out of here. And actually, him and I are both working on a smaller slimline knife line for people who wear like workout clothes and still want to be able to carry a knife with them so it doesn't pull their clothes down or whatever. So yeah, I have made quite a few. I've spent a whole day, and by a whole day I mean probably close to 20 hours in the shop with him, and you just lose time, you know.
It's active meditation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, one of Mom's presents to him was that she's going to come down here and spend the whole day in the shop with him instead of working.
And when are you guys going to be designing?
I was just talking about that line. I don't want to talk too much about it, but
That would be precious.
yeah. Well, anyways. All right, we're moving away from you now. You've ruined everything. So I don't know, I feel like my finger's just slipping right off that.
Yep. Well, it's really just meant to be kind of like an indexing point, so that because really you're gonna wield these kind of like two sticks.
Yeah.
Imagine going into heavy bag the way you would with the sticks at the end.
Yeah. So he also teaches martial arts. So that's another, he was talking about the sticks. For any of you that don't know. So, yeah. And this one is one of his fellow instructors. I mean, you don't have to be a ninja, so like, you know. It's less impressive when you don't do it with two large blades, okay?
I gotta stick with what I got, baby. All right.
There we go.
Getting there.
More bevel grind. How's the tempering going?
Let's go find out.
What did you used to teach, Jeremy?
14, 13.
All right.
So we got 20, several degrees ago.
About 111.
About 111.
Yeah.
Approximately that. If you know math.
Jeremy Jefferson said he used to teach martial. I'm assuming you meant martial arts since that's what we were talking about. But I just asked what he used to teach. So I don't know. He hasn't said yet because there's probably a little bit of a lag.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Always looking other instructors in martial arts. Okay.
it's one of the reasons why he loves karambit as much as he does, and yeah, Pali and Salat. So.
Unless you want the ridges there, just make sure that when you do, you work your way from the metal on the inside all the way around the metal on the outside. Right there, run your finger over that.
Yeah, just start on this
Yep.
side. Yeah.
Trust your fingertips more than your eyes.
Right.
Yep. That is looking great. Nice work. Really nice work. So, can I see the other one? Let's talk about this. So one of the things that I look for as my smiths get better and better is balancing the ricasso there. And also if you look at the edge, which is probably not the easiest to see, Scott's done a really great job of keeping it really even along the entire grind line
Because
here.
all he does is bevel grind.
He's made one of...
50 blades.
And so a lot of times what you'll see is, you'll see this gets thin and this gets thin up here because those are stopping points, where this tends to not get as much love because it's a transition. So what we do here in the shop is we kind of start in the middle and then we work our way back and forth along there. So really nice work, Scott. Really nice work.
Oh, okay. I wasn't trying to assume. I know that sometimes our connection can get a little bit slow. He says he taught karate out of passion from teaching his kids, and then he moved and never picked it back up. But so we're a big martial arts fans. We got a couple of heavy bags and things in the garage.
Alright. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by tapering.
We're gonna start by speaking up.
I was going to scream it out, but
You could.
Rammstein style. Alright, so we're going to start by tapering the front. So we start to go from that squared off to kind of a gradual taper. And that's why we want to tape up the blade really good here. So I start right down the middle and then kind of rock it to side so that I can actually kind of, what I'm looking at is that distance right in here.
There we go.
Yep.
Dan was asking about that earlier, or a couple of days ago, because he says on a lot of his knives, he has that edge on the top.
Yeah, right in here where it bites kind
right
of.
in the top.
Yep,
and
and
he was
also right
asking
down
what
there,
you
yeah.
do because, yeah, and I'm like, well, normally he does it while the blade is still taped and then he takes it down.
Yep, you are correct. And then what I'll do is we'll kind of go at around a 45-degree-ish and start cutting these facets. And those facets start to kind of give you that rounded texture there. And then when you get to the point where you're doing the sander, you're just really trying to flatten all those peaks. Now, also I like to do this first before we go to the small wheel because it's a less for the small wheel to have to bite on. Alright. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it to you here in a minute and you're going to tell me if you need just on the one
Let
side.
me see the back real quick. Show the difference between the two.
You see the
No.
facet right there.
Yep.
And then you got that side, which is still very blocky. So left hand. How's that feel? And you put it in the right hand, you can actually feel what it was.
Yeah.
Right,
My
so is that
fingers
okay?
are all dusty.
I know, right?
Sorry.
If you want to freak them out, just take the can down, spray it right at the lens, and I'll blow it right off.
I love how it fills my hand though. Alright, you know, like that's perfect.
Yep, all right, well then we'll get the other side done like that, and then you can run with it on the random orbitals. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to smooth out some of those high points for you, and you got less work to do there. But look at how that spalting is coming out now too. And I love how the dye that he uses is different absorption due to grain density, so you got a really nice mottled look to it.
And nice purple.
Yeah. One of my favorites.
Also, we just appreciate you stopping in. So go ahead and run us in the background, Jeremy. It's awesome that you're even here. And if you have any questions, please let us know or let me know. Make a comment, and then I will try to.
And it was really nice to talk to you over Messenger earlier, Jared. Thanks for reaching out and saying happy birthday.
Oh. All right. I'm leaving you now. Bye forever. The Bevel Master. All right, all right, all right. Ooh, that one's, is that new?
Yeah, that's a new 80.
What?
In red.
Now we're going to take this over here.
See what I'm saying? What my concern is that
What's going on, Brian?
I'm just trying to balance my handle out.
Can I see the back?
Yep. This is good, but you can see how I'm a little more thinner
On that
on the
side.
front, and
Can I see it real quick?
You sure
So I can
can.
hold it for the,
yep.
yeah. So up
So
top
we need
here.
to balance that out.
Yep.
And I wasn't sure if we could get back on a belt to do that.
Yeah, you know what? It's
So
thicker up on the front here too, so it's mostly just thin on the back.
right. So to see if we can't get that evened out.
Okay.
So just so you know, my plan is I'm going to take it down at this pin.
Right.
In that direction.
Right.
Yep.
We're gonna flatten that out.
We're going to flatten that out.
The back end of it is really thin.
So I get on my tiptoes.
The back end of his knife is really thin, and the front end of the handle is thicker. It's more comfortable, but then it's not on the back end of it. So, kind of.
Good.
You know, and I apologize, Jeremy. It might have been a different Jeremy. I am not entirely sure. We have it's kind of a common name. So, and we have a guy that follows us all the time named Jeremy Van Single as well.
Be careful
So,
you don't get this too thin. I also think I'd like to fill in with some gel fill. So I'm feeling some gaps here. Yeah, so just take a look at these. That's okay. These are all things that we do to get through a build. But those are opportunities for somebody to pop if it gets dropped accidentally.
The one side I think was really, that side was
That's
good.
going to need a little gel fill.
All right.
yeah.
We can
So
see
now what do
how
you
I
think?
got-
Is that better?
See, I was,
He had a fat part, but
Okay,
I had more meat here, and I was getting away from it.
he had a chunky dingle.
So it's good to actually check in, right? So that's what it's part of the learning process.
And it was a struggle with the
I'm
palms.
not 220.
Can I see?
Yeah, this feels really
For the
good.
camera?
I just want to make sure we get those little things set before you get too much farther.
Okay.
See?
Yep,
Right here?
yep, yep. Yeah, I nothing we can't come back from. We can absolutely do it.
All right.
Also, make sure you're looking at lots of different inclinations. Okay. You also be looking from here, right here.
Yeah. What I would do if I were you at this point is I would actually take that tape off. Because part of what happens for me is it's a little bit deceptive
Right.
how thick that leading edge is.
His birthday was yesterday, but thank you.
The rest I think would be okay.
Yeah.
This was also starting to bunch up. So
And that's very exciting. Thank you for coming, and we appreciate it. But again, if you have any questions,
Fill now, and then that way you still got more to work with than less. If you wait till later, you have less to
can I
work
see it
with.
real quick?
Okay. So you got this
Did
at
you?
the end?
Does he? Because it's real thin.
Yeah, it's real thin right
Back there.
And I think that I am just gonna kiss this side a little bit as well, because I think this is too thin at this point, but still, I mean, still aesthetically pleasing, so not a big deal.
Too thin on this one?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, as long as it feels comfortable in your hand, it doesn't really matter.
That's true.
So,
So I want to balance it out, but I don't want to go too far.
Okay.
I need to be real careful because I don't want it any smaller than this.
Okay.
all right, we'll be back to check on that in a little bit. You got a better angle. Oh, you just want to go ahead and...
Ah, yes, folks. Get a good look at Grimace.
I like it.
Alright, so what I was doing here is I'm just kind of helping you get those finger wells kind of pre-ground.
Yeah.
So it'll be easier for the hands to and brain and orbital. And tell me how that feels in your hand.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's a big difference, isn't it?
Big difference.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it's the same piece of wood.
Awesome. All right. So now you're ready for random orbital.
Dang.
Nice work.
Okay, I'll take that back. Thank you.
Random orbital.
So I don't have a mic on, so you really gotta.
My man, I don't know.
Normally I would be using the GoPro, but the GoPro wouldn't connect to the network for some reason today. So it wouldn't be alive without technical issues. So.
I have to do. Well, they're on the random orbital next, so that means I get to do the disc stuff now. Yeah, that was fine.
Okay, I was gonna say. I moved your phone up. I was looking at the screen and it was sideways and I couldn't tell whether or not you could see the entire picture. So I wanted to make sure. I don't have a normal phone. I have one of those big open flippy phones.
My daughter, there's nothing normal about it, and I love that.
Don't you call me basic.
Basic? Never.
I'm not normal.
Never basic enough, girl.
This isn't about me.
We are at temp.
I'm sorry? What was that?
We are at temp.
And what does that mean?
That means we are ready to heat treat. It's currently, once the oven gets to, so we're going to do this a couple different methods today. Right now, we're using the even heat kiln here to hit a specific set point temperature, which is 1525, and it will hold that for a certain amount of time, which we call soak time, so that your time at temp allows that carbon to migrate the way we want it to, and then we're going to quench it. And then we're going to fire up the forge if we have time, and we're going to show you what happens when you quench it way too hot.
Well, we got about 40 minutes left.
Oh, there should be plenty of time.
So,
Crossing fingers. Okay, so. Alright.
so that's his forge right there. For reference, it's probably how deep? 2 feet, 3 feet deep?
This one's should be 24, just under 24
So,
inches.
2 feet. Okay.
Yep. And then this one goes up to 27 inches because I actually got for a specific commission that I was doing at the time, and I needed that depth. And I just didn't have the budget for the 36, although I one day maybe. Can you grab a couple of them?
Clamps!
No, I'm sorry. I need rubber clamps.
The metal ones. Yeah.
Metal clamps.
Clamps. Give him the clamp.
Dan?
Dan, where's the clamps at?
The metal
Where's the
clamps.
clamps, Dan?
And a towel.
We're ready to we're at 10. That's what I'm telling you.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Metal
Clamps.
Oh, here. Thank you. Bam.
2, please. Thank you.
Oh, we got some stuff coming out.
We're gonna do our normal quench. That's a great idea.
I mean, that's hot. People see fire.
So I'm gonna monologue this.
Okay.
We're gonna do a normal quench, and then he's gonna heat up the forge in a little bit, and then we're gonna do some super hot. So
Super hot.
we're gonna catch Dan on fire.
I'm already on fire.
Hey!
And actually today, Wallace will have to go in after it if Dan drops it.
Yeah,
'cause,
that's right.
What's in there?
You know, Dan will.
this is magic quench juice. It's actually
I didn't like
Max
that.
Max 50 quench oil. It's designed for medium speed quench, and it does not like to burn. So one of the things when we actually that's not what we're doing.
I was just adjusting the.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to give like no, that's not what we're doing yet. So when we go to quench, we want to make sure that we get the entire blade under
Go
the
over there.
surface of the oil. We're going to get flashbacks if you have hot metal above the surface because it atomizes the oil and ignites it. It's very dramatic, however, it's not what we want. One of the things you'll notice is that when we go to quench, it's actually going to be more of a sunset color, not that bright yellow That's way too hot to quench. That's hammer forging or forge welding temperature. That's where you can move the steel.
Melted butter.
Yeah, that's more like a melt. Yeah, actually, it's an analogy I've heard used before. It's like a hot melted butter on a skillet.
Josh Ingersoll says abracadabra Wallace.
Hey, abracadabra,
Get my
man.
gloves.
I miss you.
And,
Josh Ingersoll is here.
oh, Josh is awesome.
Hey.
My best friend, when I was a kid,
You don't have friends.
his name was Josh. Joshy. I called him Joshy. He wasn't. Nobody else could see him.
Slowly pan away.
Josh, I hope you're feeling better, bud. I know those stomach bugs can be awful. All right, so Dan's gonna quench his blades.
I just want to. I want to quench my blades.
So we're gonna talk loud
We're gonna
so
talk
that
about
people
it.
can
Talk
hear.
loud.
All right. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. Let's make
We're gonna
sure
do
we
a
set the
regular
camera with the
quench
color.
first.
Are you ready? You got all right, here we go.
Yeah.
You got the black. In fact, you can do all these. I'll just do how not to. And let's try to not have flashbacks this time.
Yeah, let's.
Now, when you do this, you actually want to bring it up and then push
Sorry,
it back
Brian.
down to the oil, so you're recycling the oil against the blade. The oil actually acts as it draws heat away from the blade, and that is what's locking that carbon where we want it. It's actually a catalyst for rapid crystallization here. So after this, we wipe off the excess oil, and then we get it in there and clamp, because you have a moment or two still where you can affect if you've got a warp. And this, ready, got it? Now you gotta open it up first, and then squeeze it. There we go. Yep, there you go. So now this will actually draw more heat away, as well as keep it in the position you want where it's flat, not warped.
Let's ignore the crooked pinky.
Oh my, yeah.
That's the
That's
position.
not very
That's
flat.
my finger.
That's the position you want anytime.
That you used to have. A good bladesmith's always missing a finger or two.
Boneless chicken wings, this is a boneless finger.
And a decent amount of hair on his arm.
That's missing now, yeah. Knife maker's mange is real.
Yes.
You want to wait until it comes back up?
No, we're still higher than the recipe. Alright, you ready?
Oh, almost dropped my phone. Sorry.
And I'm just gonna have you do all these, so there's no matter.
Yeah, we're good. Yep.
And see the color? It's not that lightsaber color.
But it is non-magnetic.
Just been on long enough.
Oh,
to
you
pull
know,
this.
do
Next
that
next one we'll do, yeah.
with a magnet.
We
What?
pull this one out.
Not yet.
Okay.
When he comes up and is ready, then we'll pull it, okay?
I know it normally needs longer, but he went
One
in
more
and
time
quenched it.
down. And up. That's right, drip dry that here, and then I'll take it. Alright, go ahead and flip them out. There's also an opportunity where we can actually just rub some scale off and make it a little bit less cleanup afterwards. Clear.
Same all over again. I'm gonna try and get in close a little bit here too. So
It's nice to have two people on this because you can get the furnace closed a lot quicker and you don't drop as much heat temp-wise. See, we're already back up at
15, 14, yeah.
yeah, we're still above where
The 1480.
yeah. So I'm not too worried about it. But the most interesting thing for me, because I learned old school, where you're using the color of the steel in the forge, and often I was quenching a lot hotter than I needed to when I was first learning. The nice thing about this is that we know exactly what temperature we're at, and it's not as bright as most people think it should be. And so that was always just kind of like, wow, I didn't realize that. Ready to go? Now let's check the magnet here. You notice that we're not actually getting any. You right? Yep.
It's not sticking to the magnet at all because
Because it's changed state, and it's actually gone to that critical temp, which is where it goes from magnetic to non-magnetic. So what we do is we take it to that critical temp and then go just a little bit higher. All right.
It's too hot for the magnet fairies to stay in the steel.
yeah.
So once the magnet fairies leave,
Yep.
it's not magnetic.
Yep. So this magic juice actually gives it its magnetism back. Oh crap.
Please tell me this wasn't W2.
A good pickup would be easier.
I was gonna say.
No.
I'm gonna stab you with this blade right now.
I think that was 86.7.
Here.
I almost.
I
put my
wasn't.
W2
I'll
over
stab you. What? No,
No.
not on camera.
here.
I mean-
almost put my W2 over here, and then I was like, no, that needs to play.
So before it gets up to critical temp, this is what happens.
Yeah.
After critical temp, it won't do that anymore. All right, you ready?
Demagnetized.
All right. Back in.
So ideally, the quenching process is boring.
It should be. It
Yeah.
should be. It does get exciting occasionally in workshops. That's not a happy thing, though.
No flames?
And Brian really likes to have it boring because he's the one that has to go in for it.
I get excited about all that. I tell you what, I just, I say a little, would you please drop it in there because I really want to go down. I like going down. What can I say?
Who doesn't really?
Can I leave?
Brian's a giver, you know.
I want to leave now.
Wow.
I want to leave now.
Talking about quenching.
He is. He's talking about giving presents.
But it's
I
a
didn't
Hindu
come out.
That's the problem. Here we just call them conversations.
Conversation.
Start with a quarter turn.
I don't care about you. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, hey, will you unplug the black charger up top in the middle there? Thank you.
Mark it up and see
Can I have it?
actually see where the belt is.
It's got to go in my pocket. I don't want to leave it in here. That's my phone charger.
It's gotta go in my pocket. Sorry.
No,
It's my
get
phone.
out of here.
phone charger.
It does the super fast charging.
It does the
After we
super
get to
fast
these, I'll
charging.
fire up the Ford.
Yeah, I know it's good.
Fire it up.
because it's black and super fast?
Yes, that's exactly it. He saw right through me. He read me like a book every time.
Yeah, I'm going to go somewhere about Harlequin romance novels, but hey.
You know,
Maybe one of
Bobby
Liz's
did
books.
make the comment about how I remind him of Harlequin. So
It is true.
You're just less,
We're
less crazy.
bad guys. It's what we do.
You're just a little less crazy. That's all.
I'm a little less crazy.
Just a little less crazy.
We're,
But no less unstable.
Yeah.
Well,
right. Stability is
I'm a
important,
woman.
y'all.
Come on now.
stability is
Stability is important.
perspective. From a certain perspective.
Listen, a teeter-totter or a teeter-totter's pretty stable, even though it goes both ways.
So it's fucking crazy.
You know what? Watch your mouth.
What?
Yeah, bro. We're swearing on air
I
now?
said the F
This is a
word.
family show, sir.
So you could tell I'm passionate about that.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's why you did that.
All right, ready? Ready? Here we go. Next one.
Passionate.
2 left after this.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
And for
So-
those of you that come in for a workshop, do this yourself, you can feel the oil bubbling around the blade.
Yeah.
Kind of
we
like
we actually had one last time with the Damascus that went.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, on Saturday.
Yeah. Yep. So apparently it had a little tummy troubles. But we didn't feel or hear any tings of death, so that was good.
What are
Watch out
other?
behind you, Dan.
Watch out. What are other forms of quenching? Because this is an oil, correct?
There's also a water quench, but you want to use the right kinds of steel for the right kind of quench. W1, W2 is a water quench steel. Then you also have, for a lot of stainless, they'll do plate quenching, where you have aluminum plates that are designed to go together and they'll actually blow air through them to remove the heat fast. Because what you really want to do is you want to pull that heat away as fast as you can. And that's what kind of slams those molecules shut, trapping the carbon where you need it.
Right, but not too fast, right? Because if you do it too fast, then it cracks.
Yep, and that's why you want to have the right quenching,
Is there
and the right method for the right steel.
dry quenching at all?
Yeah, that's
or-
actually plate quenching.
Yeah.
There's also air quenching, but I don't know as much about that because I haven't done that.
Didn't they do
Some
it with
steel work hardened.
sand?
Pardon?
Did they try it with sand? Why am I thinking that there's
No,
sand?
they also have molten salt.
Okay,
Yeah.
that might be what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Now they have used. I used to actually use sand for tempering, where you put a
That's
9
what
by
I'm
13
thinking of.
A 9 by 13 pan you can actually put in the oven at the right temperature and bury your blade in it, and then the sand actually distributes the heat. Really, really nice. So I've done that before.
That's what I'm thinking
And
of.
also ash has been used for that as well. If you leave the door crack, it comes down to tempering. You probably even get tonight. I think it's been tempering. We just have to make sure it comes down below 400 degrees. There's that one.
734. Just so you know, 734.
All right, let's take a look at it.
Till we set Dan on fire.
Then we set Dan on fire. Yep.
Tune in all the way to the end when we set Dan on fire.
Flammable.
Hey,
Now, one of the
He's
things that
very flamboyant.
It's my superpower. You can't light me on fire.
definitely a flame.
we're gonna test that theory. One of the things that Dan is doing is he's getting the blade entirely under. I think we can look here and see the surface of the oil so that air can't get to it, and he's not atomizing the oil because there's a hot steel above the surface. And it's really if you have like color on the steel that really happens. So we definitely have color on the steel.
I'm minimally competent.
Hey!
And way too proud of that. You ready? Yeah. All right, here's the last one for the oven.
And Wallace, can I have you step aside? As you can see, there is no. The idea with the clamps here is that there is no rocking. There are some glue spots. That's cool enough. Yeah. There's some glue spots, but everything is coming out flat.
Last one for this batch.
Oh,
And the other one we're not going to have to worry about pressing because they're just examples of how you shouldn't do it.
How you shouldn't do it.
I can't tell if that's the table. Not that it matters, but it's kind of
There was one, but
that
I
one.
think that
I've been moving it on the
Spin it.
table.
there, spin it.
It feels kind of a little wobbly, but a lot of that because of even if there is a warp, this is such a minimal warp that you could sand this out. It's not gonna do a whole lot. So, oh, you should have told me you were starting it.
With mine, do I need the hairdryer or show those Venturis?
Yours does not need a blower. It's got atmospheric force, which I got this one because I had a very specific use for it intended. So I wanted a ribbon burner.
It's such a minor little bit that like it'll be sand. That can be sanded out.
Which had 2 hot spots. Yours is the same one thing as a portion fire.
Right, I noticed that.
So the fact that Dan didn't have any flame outs or anything like that is a very good thing. The fact that his quenches were probably not very exciting, that was a good thing. That's what we want. So now we're going to try and show you carefully how you shouldn't be doing it. From a heat-wise, a temper-wise, and then possibly even a flame-out-wise.
Flame out.
Yeah, there's a little bit.
Much
It's
better.
super small.
Yeah, that's it.
Feel that. So this here, yeah, it's just, and it's on the handle end is where it is. But there's just like a tiny little bit of a warp in that. But it's okay. This one, I tried it on a couple of different spots on the table. It's very minor, but the other side, there's like
Okay.
the one side is like the upside
Yeah, I think we can probably flatten this just through a grind. It's probably if it's on the back end there.
Yeah.
We'll just taper it a little bit.
That's what I figured. I was like, it's not too dramatic of a warp
Yeah.
that it'll.
Some of them you can grind up to that mile. Now, because we're using thinner steel for these, that the amount of warp that you can grind out is very limited.
Yeah.
One of the reasons you can see them talk about grinding out warps on Forged in Fires because they still, even after hammer forged, they still are a lot of times a lot thicker than a 1/4 inch thick. And you can really plane off a lot of material to bring it that true.
Okay. So what are you doing right now?
Alright, so we fired up the forge here. And what we're going to do is a demonstration of what not to do. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully Murphy was locked out. And in this shop, it's hold my bourbon.
Now you want a sip of your bourbon? Here, you want a sip of that?
Yeah, I'm going to need that.
I have my own. I'll test it.
We should probably do that.
Larceny, please sponsor us.
Because Murphy is a relative.
They need 52, I need 17.
I think I am going to use these. So I don't lose anything more. Alright.
I'm gonna give it a look.
So this is a strap. I used a little bit thicker of steel because it's going to hold more heat, which will probably translate to more dramatic. And in this case, drama may or may not be a good thing. We'll see.
We're about to find out if you can cast Fireball.
Is your mom watching this show? Is she signed on?
Not that I've seen.
You're not going to tell me, are you?
I haven't seen her do it. Like, I haven't seen her
Okay, I
log
love
on.
you. You're watching.
So,
I want to watch, is that what you're saying?
we're gonna try to set Dan on fire.
Oh, I want to watch this.
I'm gonna stand here when he dunks it.
Yes.
No. Do that again. Do that again. Now we're going to stand here. So if you see the color here,
That's actually a good color.
this is sticking down here, but not up here. So this is already, from a workshop perspective, we take the non-magnetic back to the first pinhole. Now for this, we're gonna get a lot higher, but that would be about the color that we'd actually quench a regular blade at. So let's do bad things.
Yeah, we don't want it butter yellow. You want it to look kind of orangey, reddy. Yeah.
And it's, I know it's hard to tell in bright light.
What's happening now?
You want to wet your beard down too?
I think I saw this once in what was that? Hug arm wrestling?
Over the top.
Over the top, yes.
Who can't remember over the top?
Over the top, Dad. Yeah.
So this is already probably getting towards that
And
hotter
the
range
top up there,
Yep.
you see how that's that melted buttery color? Yeah.
This is why I can't use fingerprint scanner on my computer.
Or your phone.
Yeah, on my phone, yeah.
Hey
It
Brian,
always boggles my mind when we see people with like the sun yellow.
I didn't know if you wanted to take like what you were. He's doing the.
Yeah, you
He's
can go in after
superheating
this
the
one if you
steel
want.
right now.
If I drop this, you can go in after it if you want.
He's superheating the steel right now, so
At first.
I didn't know if you were gonna.
Oh, we're getting there.
That is-
We're getting there. And by the way, my face is about medium rare right now, working towards medium well.
He's not
If you see sparks come out of your steel, it's a bad thing. You know, you just lost the grips.
Oh yeah, you can see it now. I don't know if you guys can see that on
Those are melting.
It's fine.
He would drop it on me.
That is not a good color for your knife. Do not quench at that color. You've gone too far.
Got some over here. There we go.
We have to go old school with the tongs now.
Just because when I go to, I don't want to be in the fire, so I'm probably going to step back. So,
I had them. Oh, you know what? Here they are, right here.
This is the longer pair.
I'm fingers crossed we're gonna do it. We're already making fire.
There we go.
Fire's hot.
Now my hand gets clearance so my glove doesn't melt.
Yeah, he actually melted the first clamps.
What's the temperature on that, Chuck?
I would say that this is probably pushing 1,800 to 2,000 right now.
1,800.
Based on my face melting.
I was gonna say my face is probably medium rare right now.
Yes, I have cooked hot dogs down here in front of this. Marshmallows, it's a lost cause because you're out here with them. Right. Not in here. But it's really funny actually at workshops where people will start looking at their glove and it starts to smoke and they're like, should I move it?
Yes, you should.
Yep, that's why I have to tell people to hold their hands now. But yeah, if you look, that's
Yep.
now we're getting near forge welding
I
temperature.
was gonna say.
So let's shorten that so we can get this. So if it starts to spark, that's the carbon fleeing from your blade. This thing will get hot enough to actually slag the steel. You watch some of the Forged in Fire episodes where they have like no power and they're out in sunlight with coal. It's so easy because you can't see the color of the steel and you're just killing it. All right, so
Here we go.
this is getting pretty ductile now. I'm
I
gonna
don't
do
like
something
this
that I would
part.
never
Yeah.
recommend.
This is for
Get ready for fire.
this is for enjoyment only.
Yeah,
Yes.
for entertainment
For your entertainment,
purposes.
we are putting our lives on the line.
Right.
So I'm going to dunk it, but I'm not going to put the entire surface of it under the oil. Be careful with your camera
I
here if
will.
you're trying to get a good view.
Thank you.
All right, now Dan's going to
Do not
smother
do
the
this at
fire
home.
because this oil does not want to burn, and I am not going to drop it. Maybe. Okay, here we go.
You ready? All right.
There it is.
Now if I pull that back up, it may reignite.
Right, because it's gonna come out of it.
No, we're good. So you don't really want to do that if you can help it. Get that hot. Let it come down in color before you dunk it, because what you're doing is you're really stressing the steel out. You can cause stress fractures. You can actually have a lot of puddling or slag come out of it. You might have removed a lot of carbon out of your blade.
It changes the carbon, doesn't it, Chuck?
What's that?
It'll change the carbon.
Well, it'll remove the carbon, right? Burn right out.
So it is hot down here now.
I do want to do one more experiment. Do we have time, Kira?
Yep, we got 15 minutes.
Okay, I've got a thin piece of scrap skin here. This is 1084. Same stuff I use. Kind of like the smoke. It's very dramatic. Same stuff we use for workshops. I'm going to get this up to that same temperature. That's because of that quench oil.
The
on
quench
blade.
oil.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump it down there. I'm going to get it that hot. I'm going to dump it all the way under to show you. And I'll watch it make a fool out of me. It might be time to shake up the tank pretty soon too.
Woo!
Shake the tank a little bit.
Big chef loses his eyebrows.
Yes.
Does it feel kind of heavy still?
It's probably about a quarter.
Okay.
You're probably about a quarter.
That's true.
So these are the properly quenched. These are the over quenched. This is the heat.
It just feels like the color's starting to go down.
You can see the difference in the blade and in the scale.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know where I put mine. Oh my god. It is so smoky in here right now. Oh, sorry.
It's probably warm enough though. Yeah, it'll pull more here.
This one's mine because it has little ice. I went upstairs and I put more ice in mine.
So we're getting there. Which really, if you think about it, you hear some steel up. That's pretty fast still.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that the heat from the tongs doesn't ignite the oil, but I'm going to have the steel all the way under the oil this time. And this right now is already hotter. Okay. Dan, we're going to go ahead and do this because really, we don't need to get yellow to make a point.
Is see.
This will right now.
It's about my knee.
This right now will actually flash back if you have any red steel above it. So notice that the steel is red, the tongs are not. All right, so hopefully this works out right and doesn't make a fool on me. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, I just farted.
Oh, it's yelling.
So you notice that hot, I got everything submerged, no red steel above the surface of the oil to atomize it, and we had no flashback.
That is not a good amount of smoke.
No, it's because the steel was way too hot.
Yes. Well, that's what I was
Yep,
saying.
exactly. So one of the things, like
Yeah,
when
you
we do
missed
this
the first
right
one.
in the workshops, we don't have smoke in the shop. All right.
Did we have flames earlier?
Yes. The first time around we got flames.
All right. So that was for your entertainment.
And knowledge.
And knowledge.
It was infotainment.
Yeah, that's hot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the third gate of hell.
Take your hat up. That's how warm it is down here right now.
And
It
you could almost see
is.
your breath when we came
It
down.
is. Yeah, it's February and it is like 14 degrees outside right now, and it is so hot right now. He is sweating.
So you have to leave the blower going for a while after. Otherwise, the heat buildup can actually come back up the pipe and melt the blower and stuff like that. But as long as that blower is going, they'll keep pushing the heat away from it.
Whew. Don't stab me. All right, we got 10 minutes left, guys. Got about 10 minutes left.
That's a nice camper.
This is so warm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude. Yeah. I didn't know where else to put it. I was like,
Oh, I
don't
was
wanna put it
gonna
on the-
look at it next to another.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and set that
But that's what he wants.
forge scale.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Burnt.
Right?
There's not a huge difference in how they look, but you can kind of tell the difference between the two.
So if we were to clean that slag off, or the scale off, what you'd probably see is a bunch of what we call puddling.
You wanna?
Yeah,
Can you?
Yeah, I can try that.
I know it's hot, but
Let me get my other glove back. These are way too thick.
surprised that's not really hot.
Oh, it actually is. Come feel it once. Down here.
Oh, that's like a good hand warmer.
I know, it's a thermal mass, that's for sure. Okay, gloves.
I'll give you a
Hey, Dan, can you grab me a Scotch-Brite? I want to clean the surface of that one we totally killed. Doesn't even matter which one.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what? I've got to use one right over here.
Okay. Preferably not the Scotch Dark. You gotta do the light one.
You can't see it when it's dark. Oh man, that messed with my eyes real bad. Oh,
Hey!
yeah, it messed with my eyes. I should have guessed it messed with his eyes. The smoke.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go over there because I don't trust that it won't fall off now.
Oh, it's fine. I have it all.
I-
It slipped off the idler wheel. I'm not sure how well that shows up. Do you see all the little dots there and stuff on both sides? That's all puddling, and usually that's an indication of overheating. So back where I gripped it, where it was insulated by the tongs, you see the difference there versus there.
Is that where bits of the carbon maybe bubbled out of it?
Yeah, and a lot of this stuff comes to the surface, and then it'll sit, and then we knocked it off when we pulled it out of the oil and wiped it off. A lot of that crap that you come and flakes off, that slag and scale. But it's really interesting because like where it was insulated, it didn't really overheat. Where it wasn't, that was the brightest part of the steel right there.
I'll just say hold it still. There you go. And then take your other, and then you see how there's way less spots on that side.
Yep. So yeah.
Fun little-
Hashtag science.
Yeah. All right. Got 7 minutes left. I'm gonna go around.
Okay.
Take that off. That's warm. I'm gonna go around. Scott, how many bevel grinds did you get done? How many belts did you go through?
Finalized 2. I didn't go through any belts. Finishing up the second one.
All right. Can I see? Can I see? We're almost done. Oh, I'll go over here. Nice. I'm gonna steal it from you over here. Scott did bevel grinds.
I'm done with those.
Really close. Sorry, sweetheart. I'm trying to be nice on the ripasso. All right.
That's great. That feels really
I
good.
don't feel a lot of rigid here.
Nope. Nope, that feels really good.
What did you work on, Brian? What'd you get done? You got the last 7 minutes or 5 minutes,
The
so.
last 5 minutes.
Yep.
I'm going to do some 800 grit on the Orbiter sander. And then I'm going to do a little hand sanding with it. And then I think we're good to go. But yeah,
Very nice.
yeah, you want to touch it? You can.
Ooh.
Like you.
I like. Oh, the back looks really nice. That got lined up really nice.
Getting close.
Yeah, looks good.
Getting close. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. And Jonathan.
I sniffed glue for most of the evening.
Yeah. And metal fumes.
And metal fumes. Got bevel on that side. Bevel on that side at 80 grit. I gotta go deeper on there, but you can. What do they say? You can. This is not a family show.
You can always go deeper. Is that what you were?
No, you can say faster. You can say harder. But
You
you
can't
never
say
say
deeper. Yeah.
All
right.
And I got 1, 2.
Oh, are you sure Scott didn't make that knife? Because that looks like a knife that Scott would
I
make.
know, right? I took inspiration. Yeah, I actually most of my original blades were Bowie knives. I just like the clip point look.
Yeah.
So this is a full tang Bowie, but Bowie knives.
Which is actually a pretty far cry. This design is actually a pretty far cry from what the original Bowie knife looked like.
Although I am doing
Are those all going to be pins?
yes. No. I'm doing coffin handles. Not coffin nail handles. So it's going to be these 3 and these 3 down here, and then the lanyard tube. This hole is supposed to be a 5/16 hole. And it's a
And the reason that is funny is because this knife is hardened now. And that's not a 5/16 hole. Hey, Dad.
That's supposed to be a 5/16 hole. For a lanyard tube. I drove a pilot for it.
Never go beyond it.
Never drove past it.
Well, now it's going to be a beautiful
Yes, it will. 3/16 lanyard tube coming.
All right. Oh, and that one. See, that's the hole. That's the lanyard tube hole.
That's how big it's.
That's how
supposed
big it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
before you harden it, because otherwise
You can't make it any bigger.
you can't.
You can't make it any bigger.
I mean, you can, but you're gonna go through a lot of drill bits and
Torch and a lot
yeah.
of drill bits and whatnot. And this Damascus beauty.
Which you can't see the Damascus right now, really, on the camera, but with a mosaic in the middle.
There's going to be a cross karambit mosaic.
Awesome.
So
Is that it?
it should be pretty cool.
Is that all you got? Watch out for that. Good.
Good.
Wallace,
I need to work on that stuff for dexterity.
what did you do?
Well, we got everything rounded out, so we're technically, well, we're near the end of this blade. So all I'm going to end up doing the next round is just hitting this up with the Orbital sander, cleaning that up,
And the buffer.
and we got to buff it out. Because this is actually going to get shiny too. Like, the reason why it looks like this is because we haven't buffed it. If I put this in water, you would probably get like a good look at like what its movement like.
It's much brighter.
Much brighter.
Yeah.
And when we polish it, this is actually going to get super shiny.
All right. Okie dokie. Well, we got 1 minute. How about you?
Well, I want to take the tape off so I can show you guys the blade. Not cleaned up yet. But I got the handles rough profiled. They're ready for the finish sanding now. So they're contoured, and now we just have some more doing some hand sanding to wrap them up, but you can actually see they are indeed twins. And yeah, these are the ones that you guys voted on of the three designs. And finally was able to kind of pull them together, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I'll be posting pics when they're done, hopefully by this weekend.
Yeah.
So they'll put some cheese on them and then put them on the table.
All right. Well, it is 8 o'clock.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap up. Grab your bourbons and we'll do a sign off.
Dan doesn't have any bourbons left. Yeah, because you don't have cooties. So.
I don't have cooties. I am Cody. I'm Cody
Cootie
and
free. Grab your stuff. Grab your knives, gentlemen.
Oh, grab knives, okay.
Grab a knife.
Heaven knows I can't not have a knife in my hand.
Well, it's your adult fidget spinner.
Although it's a little more dangerous to fidget spin with this one.
Yeah.
In close proximity to people.
Dan, I'm gonna have you scooch in a little bit more. Get real close to that big blade.
Everybody hold your blades up and do the safety dance.
It was
Scott,
edge down.
scooch in a little bit more. All right.
Movie once.
Speak up.
All right, guys, thank you so much again for spending the night with us and hanging out while we do things we love in the shop. Shout out to Muskoka Turner. We actually got a banner for him now up in the shop.
Hey! Welcome to the tribe, Hoser!
Hoser.
John, thanks again for all of the entertaining all my weird handle requests. Love it. Custom Engravers, thank you again for all of your work with the Maker's Marks for my guys and me. Alabama Damascus, we just love working with the billets that you provide. They look amazing. And Cinder Rose, I've got some more sheets coming your way. I actually already talked to you about the commission for the kukri. So can't wait to see you and you guys again, Ed and Patricia. Sorry.
Patricia.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Larceny, as always. We wanna-
You skipped over Phoenix Abrasives.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry, Greg. And Greg always checks us out the day after.
Yeah.
So, Greg, looking forward to getting that latest order I placed today. Thank you again for working with us and sponsoring us. Guys, everyone, have a great rest of your week.
Larceny,
And until
please
the next
sponsor us.
time,
Larceny, please sponsor us.
Larceny, this is
Cheers.
to you too. Cheers, everyone. Stay bladed.
Stay bladed.
Banner. Send us a banner.